Hello everyone. I wish each one of you a very lovely, beautiful, successive, pleasant morning. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. One more time. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend first 4 sharpening the axe. The great line given by great Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of USA. So with this beautiful saying, I, Professor Shyam K. Mishra, your moderator for today's session, would like to welcome you all in the induction program of our 22nd batch of PGDM. So before we get started, I would like to brief you about the flow of the session. The session will be of an hour and 15 minutes. As you all already know, where the first 60 minutes will be the session by our guest and rest 15 minutes will be for question and answers. You can type your questions in the chat box and that will be addressed at the end of the session. Now, I would like to introduce our esteemed guest of today, Ms. Jyot Shikha, the project consultant, corporate trainer, e-entrepreneur, underwriting consultant, council member of WICCI Maharashtra. So, welcome, Ms. Jyot Shikha. So,
Thank you, sir.
So Ms. Joshika is a transformational catalyst with more than a decade of rich and versatile exposure in BFSI, academia, with interest in learning and development, digital sales, and content management. She successfully rolled out such initiatives by capitalizing training skills, developed the placement consultations, and visiting faculty in management institutes. She is a CII certified trainer for a regulatory trainings to be carried out in BFSI and has been an integral part of L&D during the regulatory changes implemented in BFSI sector, including insurance, broking, and banking. Ms. Jyot Shikha has expertise in encompassing business through training, skill, and performance management. She is a competent planner with executional excellence, helping in end-to-end administration. She played a vital role in training and transforming thousands of lives and have been a part of their success stories. She is a successful entrepreneur with her own virtual fashion boutique since 2018 with a global presence with the products and services offered at the client base of more than 1500. She has contributed to women empowerment by transform many lives by providing earning from home opportunities. Currently, she is associated with several projects as project consultant and have been an integral part of learning and development, designing and implementation of the projects associated with industry requirements. She is a firm believer that challenges in life doesn't kill anyone. They make us stronger to win through various battles in life. Challenges help us to make out the best version of ourselves. She is a persona and we are glad to welcome her today as our esteemed guest. So over to you, Ms. Jyot Shikha.
Thank you, sir, for the lovely welcome speech. Good morning, everyone. I hope it's a very good and warm morning for all of you.
Yes.
It's again yet another session going live today. So it's always a new feeling and very nice feeling to come across so many faces every time I go live for the sessions or any kind of trainings. And especially I'm feeling very nice today to see the all of you young budding entrepreneurs who are laying the foundation of your career today as a very first day. So I hope we have a good session today, some interactive and informative session. Am I audible to all of you? If yes, you can type yes in the chat box. If I'm visible and audible properly, please type yes in the chat box. In last 1.5 years, guess what I have been speaking the most, one of the most spoken statement of my life. Am I audible? Whether it is a session or my husband or my son. It's the one thing which I have spoken the most.
So you can see in chat box students
Yes. Good morning everyone. Nice to see you all interacting over here. First of all, I would like to thank the management for inviting me on this forum to share my experiences. And students, honestly speaking, I've been invited to throw some light on the BFSI sector work culture. Yeah, it's true that I've spent most of the major chunk of my work life, almost a decade in BFSI, that is banking and financial services industry. Uh, but yes, I have been also part of manufacturing and academia sector. And throughout my journey, work life journey, I have been an integral part of learning and development, irrespective of the industry. I spent the major chunk of work life in the BFSI sector. So today we are going to interact, we are going to have fun, we are going to learn. So I'll try my best to not make your session boring with my stories and not to give you so much of gap. Rather, let's learn something together on this platform, which will help you lay down a foundation brick of your career, since this would be the starting step of your career. So let me ask you all first, was it your own decision to go for MBA? If yes, type yes. If no, you can type no. And if can't say, you can type C. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible. And students are typing yes.
Okay, great. So doesn't matter now, you have already decided whether it is yes or no. Many of us would have our own goals to do MBA, to earn and settle our career best in the industry. Or maybe we would have sometime, advised by the parents, friends, and relatives. So we might take that decision also into consideration, whatever be the reason. But today is the fact that we have already decided and have come here. So let's start. Doesn't matter what was the influencing reason behind it and how you will be doing it. So you must get prepared now. You must get ready today. Think that you have already started your corporate journey, not as a student. You have come here on a professional platform. So you think that you have already got a job and you have started your first step by today itself. So let's start and lay a foundation of your career by today itself. So we should get ready to take our own responsibility, because this might be the last career orientation program which our parents would have been sponsoring. So now we have to take our own responsibility and we have to proceed. So from day one, let's prepare ourselves as a corporate person. Think that you're already working, and to lay this foundation, I'm here to share something very important with you all, which you might not be hearing somewhere else. It might not sound so technical, the topics which I'll be sharing with you today, but believe me, this will lay the first foundation of you as a corporate person, as an efficient manager, as a good employee, as a good person in life. Do you want to know why? If yes, you can type yes. If no, you can type no. If you want to know, you can type yes. If you don't want to know, still I'll tell you all. Okay. So most of you are eager to know why. So let me tell you, I'll be telling you today this how to become a very good corporate person, because this is the basic uh, founding criteria that has to be laid in any individual. So I'll be telling you the basic 3 levels to become a good corporate citizen. So I'll be sharing some presentation over here so that you can have a crux of what we'll be going through. Let's learn how to become a good corporate person. Any idea what do you mean by a good corporate person? Is it related to a good, handsome salary? Or if you feel you are having a higher position, then you are a good corporate citizen? Or you are efficient enough in terms of your targets and career? So if yes, you can write yes. If no, you can write no over here. Okay, let me tell you. A good corporate citizen. It might be, a conglomeration of being a good employee, being a good manager, being an efficient manager, and finally being a leader. And the whole conglomeration makes you a good corporate citizen. So I'll be sharing with you the concept of being a good corporate citizen over here, which I'm glad that uh, you will be able to hear from an exclusive project that is a 100-year project which Tokyo Marine Global Holdings had taken into consideration last year, and I have been a part of the project along with my husband last year. So the project includes how to be a good company, and the concept come from there, how to be a good employee first during the first 5 to 6 years of your career. You can lay a foundation of being a good employee, a good manager that will eventually lead you to become an efficient manager. And once for the next 4 5 years, you are able to be an efficient manager. You see yourself as a mentor, a coach, an idol, an example for the people working along with you or moving along with you. And then came the phase when you'll recognize yourself as a leader, when people will start following you. So these are the basic level of being a good corporate citizen, which I'll be showing you. Any idea what do you mean by a good manager? What could be the traits of a good manager? You can write down the traits, whatever traits you feel. You can write down in the chat box what can be the traits of a good manager. Yes, it can be communication skills. What else a good manager should have? What kind of traits he or she should have? There are a lot of traits. It can be good communication skill, it can be leadership quality, it can be teamwork, yes, disciplined, hardworking, dignity, has patience, very good. Anything else? Okay, no worries. We'll discuss it right here. So, although we'll be learning to be a good corporate citizen, positive approach, very good, very much required positive approach. So today we'll start the journey with the first level, going towards becoming a good corporate citizen. We'll today know how to become a good manager first. And the next two level, if time permits, sometime other than the induction session, we can continue with that journey also of learning. So today we'll be dealing with the first topic, that is how to become a good manager. So are you all ready to go? Ready to proceed? If yes, type yes. If no, type no. Let's learn how to become a good manager, be it any sector, any industry, any vertical of line you are operating into. First of all, we should know how to become a good manager. Very good. Okay. Where you press, where it pays. See, in life, what happens? We get many challenges. Even if you are studying, you will be having many challenges. When you start working tomorrow, you will be having many challenges. There will be n number of opportunities in the company or in the industry, which you can feel, I can change this, I can change that, I can bring some applications over here, I can do some modifications over here. But believe me, all the 100 changes is not possible for one particular you to implement. So it is, you have to see where you are pressing and where it's paining. Means what that 2, 3 important changes you can bring in the company or industry that might help in moving on the company also, and that might help in adding to your career also, in adding to your experience also, in adding in terms of your success also for you and your team. So that is where you press and where it pays. The very particular thing and the very first thing a good manager should know. Don't try to manage everything at a time. Try to manage 2, 3 possibilities you would be able to do. For example, you'll be having thousands of, there are 1 point, as per the survey, there are 1.4 crores of consultant over there in the market prevailing as of now. But if you see the survey, there are hardly 5,300 qualified planners. Planners mean what? They can be serving as the mentor. They can be guiding you as the mentor. They can be showing you the right path with the true knowledge, true techniques, true applications. So it doesn't matter if you are present, whatever position you are having, whatever industry you are working in. If you are not having the expertise, then it's of no use. So we are already, if we are not having any expertise, we are not having much experience in the applications, we are running in the same crowd of sheep. So you have to stand out of the crowd to get recognized, to grow, to become a leader, to become a team player. So you have to be present and recognized out of the crowd. Next comes success at the cost of satisfaction. Now, what happens? Down the line, 20, 25 years from today, you might see yourself successful in life. But if you look back and you have some regrets left behind in your mind and heart, then believe me, satisfaction is not there. And that success will not matter to us, will not give us happiness, even if we see behind after a long journey of successful career of 20, 25 years. So regret should not be there about if something we have done not right, if something done wrongfully, or if the success doesn't come in a right way. So if satisfaction is there, success is always cheerful and enjoyable. And you should always behave like a marathon runner. Let's take an example of being a sprint runner and marathon runner. Any idea what is sprint race? How long is it? Any idea? Is it a long race or is it a short 100-meter race? You can reply in the chat box. Any idea, students? I'm waiting for your answer. What is the difference between the sprint race and marathon race? There are people in industry, we working in industry, we are also people like, we are working. Yes, sprint is the short race, it can be 100-meter race, 200-meter race, and marathon, which is sporting trend nowadays from last few years. People are running marathon like anything. So it doesn't mean that we start running from tomorrow a marathon. No, you behave like a marathon runner. When we are striving for become a marathon runner, we have to have a balanced strategy so that we can run easily, longer, no matter who is running behind me, no matter who is taking over me, no matter who is ahead of me. It's the thing that we should maintain our own goal and pace. for where we are going. Let me give you my example. My job has been moderately successful. It has been more than a decade now. I've been working in industry almost 15 years, where I have everything academically. But after 5-6 years of my job life, I realized that I was trying to make it a sprint, and I have to strive to become a marathon runner now. And now, when I see after 10 years of work life, I can observe many personals around me who is now a marathon runner. And now I can see myself also as a marathon runner. So no matter how slow you were or how fast you are, no matter who is running behind you, no matter who is overtaking you, you should maintain your own goal and you should maintain your own pace to achieve the success. I may not be a manager, a celebrated manager, but I have been able to decode the recipe behind it because people around me, I always had an access to them. And today I work as a human entrepreneur and learning to be a life coach. So that is the crux. You always be open, be goal specific, be always approached to learning. So your primary ambition should be to have an independent identity. Money will follow no matter what. Money should not be the only driving force. Money will follow. So don't worry. You strive hard to maintain your goal, pace, everything, and money will definitely follow. So now I'll be telling you this important principle, 16 principles to become a good manager, which is the specific principle driven project which was running by Tokyo Marine Holdings, Global Holdings, which we were working on the last year project, major project, 100-year project. It is one such part of the project which includes 16 principles to become a good manager first. So even though we were working to be a good company project, we were first focusing on the employee part also. So if company is going to become a good company, then a manager should become a good manager first. So what are all the 16 traits that a good manager should have? The basic things. Now let me tell you, there are after going through all the 16 principles, there may be few principles that you might not agree with. There may be few principles that you would be following already. There might be few principles that we would be having in ourselves. The credit goes to our upbringing. So it doesn't matter you follow all the 16 principles or you follow one or two. Whatever, you should imply some of them principles first in your life to become a good person, to become a good employee. Then you become a good manager. So shall we proceed now? Are you all keeping a pace of the session with me? If yes, please write yes. If I'm audible enough, please write yes. If I'm visible, please write yes. Are you all excited to proceed? If yes, please write yes. Because this is not a, face-to-face interface, so I'll be only able to see your chat box and I'll also feel energetic to proceed further. Yes, Ria, thank you. Nidhi, thank you for answering. So very first principle will be going with listening. You might be, hearing it from many people around you every time. Suno pehle, bolna baad mein. Same thing goes for all of us. We have got 2 years and one more. So you all should listen twice and speak once. Because I have seen many times people who are keen to react. So if we are listening, we will not react. We will respond. And when you listen, you respond. Otherwise, you react. So during your day-to-day work life or your personal life or your professional life, at any given moment of time, you will come across many situations where you will find it easy to react. But you'll have to hold your patience. Listen first, and then you will be able to respond. Because listening will always hold the key of your major decision making in life. So try to listen as much as possible. although you're knowing about it, although you're knowing about the situation, although you know how worse the situation is, still hold your patience and listen first. There might be some conclusion. If you listen and you can respond, you can take major good decision which will yield you the better results, faster results, right results. Be open. Be open. What do you understand by be open? Any idea? You can write in the chat box. Be open. Be open doesn't mean you go out anyway, and keep hugging everyone and keep, interfering into the privacy of people. No. Be open means don't keep yourself confined in a shell. Let me give you some example. In my batch, I'm from 2006-8 batch. There were many classmates who were from the remotest part of the country. Yes, be open with your opinions. Very good. It's kind both ways. Be open with your opinions and be open to accept the things also which are coming across. So most of the time चीजें हमारे सामने होती है, but हमारे expectations कुछ और होते, so we don't accept this which is coming our way, and we are expecting much more of that which is going in our mind. So even if we don't achieve that in the near future, we leave this also, and then we are left with the frustration. So that should not happen. No matter what, welcome whatever is coming on your way. So I was telling, in my batch, there were many people from the remotest part of India. Mind me, they were really from the remotest part of India. And out of them, many were not so much open to accept the changes. But there were a few who were very much open, and they always readily accept the changes, challenges. They welcome everything came across their way, and they understood and implemented those things over a period of time. And you can check out them, all the profiles of all the students of our batch on the LinkedIn or Facebook or anywhere. They are very successful now. They are earning handsome salary. They are settled well. We all feel proud to interact with the college management, Jay sir, Baba sir. Whenever we are actually proud to now present ourselves wherever we are. So this is how, if you're open, you are able to accept the changes, you are able to accept the challenges, you are able to accept whatever is coming on your way. And at any given moment, let me tell you this, in this changing world, now current the world is changing very fastly from last 1.5 to 2 years. And if you are ready to accept, ready to be open, and ready to adapt yourself every now and then, you're holding the key to success. I'll give you example. You might be thinking that ma'am is not coming up something from the banking and insurance sector. I'll definitely take some time out later after the indexation, maybe during your course tenure, because that will be a very vast area which would take 3 to 4 hours of briefing to go through the whole BFSI sector. I'll give you one example from the BFSI sector. One such person I know, Mr. Vivek Bengali. He is heading one of the companies I have worked with from last 17 years. So I have known him for his work, mentorship, team leading, everything. Whatever I can say is not much enough to define him. So he worked for 17 years in a company, and his profile was changed 8 times. Any guess why his profile was changed 8 times? Was he inefficient? Was he inefficient? So that company kept on changing his profile? If yes, write yes. If no, write no. You can write yes or no. I'm getting answers very late. Be fast. Be fast. In today's world, you can't be slow. Everything is going on fast pace. Be fast. Be fast in playing also. No. Yes, the answer is no, Nidhi. Very well said. So every time his role was changed because he was more than efficient. And the moment his role changed, every time he used to start from scratch. And he used to take it to the top, whatever role he goes into. So today he is one of the most sought after leader in industry. Right, Diksha? So he is one of the most sought after leaders in the industry, which every company would be, trying to uh, hack him as a talent. So he is still continuing with the same company, changing his roles as and when required, starting from the scratch. He is at the age of 47, 48 only. He is not much old, but he is always ready to start from the scratch. So the crux is always be open, accept whatever is coming your way, welcome it, accept the challenge, adapt yourself, and sky's the limit, because you will be only able to sustain those challenges or variations in work life or personal life if you're open enough. Am I clear? Yes or no? Let's come to stay focused. ये बचपन से हम सुनते आ रहे, पेरेंट्स से, टीचर्स से, फ्रेंड्स से, रिलेटिव से, स्टे फोकस, कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ाओ, बट देयर इज अ लॉजिक बिहाइंड इट. It is actually required. Now is the time you can't bet on being not focused, because you need to focus on multiple things, multiple parameters. When you go into your work life, you'll have to think rationally and focus on multiple parameters. So now, say I have worked for almost 5 years in retail insurance. So there were lot many things used to go. It's not about sales. Whenever we say insurance, what comes into your mind? What pop up into your mind? If somebody asks you, insurance में job चाहिए, is it sales or something else? Sales and target आपके दिमाग में आता है या कुछ और आता है इंश्योरेंस का नाम सुनकर? If today you will get an opportunity, suppose I am telling you कि how many of you are going to join the insurance company, फलाना फलाना company है, are you ready? Will you be accepting my offer? What comes into your mind? यार मैडम इंश्योरेंस का टारगेट का सेल्स का काम देंगी, यार टफ होगा, कैसे करेंगे, पहले दिन ही टारगेट से घबरा, भी टारगेट मिला नहीं है. But these things might be going on. It happens when you talk about banking and insurance. When you talk about banking, two things comes. Target in terms of banking products, yes, sales and marketing. Diksha, right? Sales and marketing. So when you talk about BFSI companies, sales and marketing always comes in your mind first. It's not the fact. See, life में अगर फिगर के साथ आप कुछ नहीं करना चाहोगे ना, you can't define your own success. The moment we join MBA, we feel we'll have a, after passing out MBA after 2 years, we'll be having a good cabin, a very cushioned chair, big table. ऐसा नहीं होता है. It cannot be. Depends what profile you are getting, how much effort you are putting in. So if you are focused enough, be it any area, any vertical, insurance or some other company, manufacturing, you have to be focused always. If you talk about banking and insurance, there comes many operations parallelly running every day. Be it new hiring. Now, if you talk about financing, BFSI sector, it's not only hiring of the employees. We are hiring the channel partners. We are hiring the agency partners. We are hiring the sales team. We are hiring the marketing team. We are hiring the alliance partners. We are hiring the contract partners. We are hiring the brokers. There are n number of hirings. You need to make sure the onboarding of all these people, whether on the off-roll or on-roll category. Then you have to have focus on HR building. You have to have focus on business activity. You have to focus on team building, fraud management, compliance and governance, after-sales service, customer relationship, grievance management, and the claim settlement management. So there are almost 9 to 10 parallel activities running every day. And you have to have a grip of all of them. If I'm a head, I'll not talk about the only target numbers. You have to be specific. You have to be, well versed with everything, so that you might not get stuck in the audit and compliance. So if you're focused enough, you'll be able to do all these 10 activities in 3 hours. If not, you can complete it in 30 hours also. So it totally depends on how focused you are when these activities are to be done, and in how much pace. So if you are focused, you'll be able to find the right results fast. Do you all agree? If agree, say yes. I'll be moving on the next slide. Till then, you can type yes. If you want to take down the screenshot, you can take the screenshot. If you are focused, you'll be able to get right results fast. Not only the result, right result matter. Shall we proceed? Honesty and integrity. Yes, Nidhi. Yes, Harshit. Thanks for replying. Let's come to honesty and integrity. This is the most valuable aspect, most important aspect. Be honest to your profession and be honest to yourself. Be ethical. Because if you see, promises are always made by the good people, but promises are actually fulfilled by the people with good intent. So even if you are a good person, you should have a good intent. मैं इसका भला करना चाहती हूँ और मेरी नीयत है किसी का भला करने का. These two are different. So अगर मेरी नीयत नहीं होगी, even if I promise, I might not fulfill it. So if you are working in financial companies, your honesty and integrity should be intact. Because no matter what promises we are making, if we are not fulfilling it, mind me, the reputation goes for a toss very, very, very fast in this industry. So if you are dealing with larger number, you are putting your integrity on stake also. You have to have integrity of yourself and your team integrity also intact. So you have to have a very good player as a manager with the team also. So many a times, we come across itni badi finance ki companies hai. Every time, in last 1.5 year, every process have got digitized. No matter what, the computer is executing the command, but the command is always given by us. So if we are not having good intention, we can make some kind of mistake, we can make some kind of fraud also. So now every 3 days I come across, I come to know through my ex-colleagues or through my friends who are already working in the companies on roll. I'm not working on roll now. I'm an independent practitioner now. But yes, I keep in touch with all the people in the industry, be it from last 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, be it somebody of 80 years age, 50 years age, or 20 years age also. I try to keep in touch with everybody. So digitally, what happens sometimes, many a times it happens nowadays, it is happening. Client को 1 लाख send करने थे, by mistake 1 0 और आ गया, and you send the 10 lakh. We got at a loss part, and the client got lucky by 90% more. I'll give you live example. I had a business client, and I was supposed to make the payment of the services which I had taken. It was around 19,000. And it was late at night, and by mistake I typed one more zero, and I transferred almost 1.9 lakh. So kind of mistake we can make digitally, you understand. But thankfully the client of mine, she is a very old client, and she called me up, yaar zyada paisa ho gaya to donate kar dena, because she has got her integrity intact. She said, I'm returning you the whole amount, and you resend the payment amount which you are supposed to send. This is how we have to keep our integrity intact. Am I clear? Type yes. If no, you can type no. Very well. It's your opinion, your point of view. You can agree, you cannot agree, but you should follow these. Be an idiot. आप में से कितने कितने लोगों ने 3 Idiots movie देखी है? Yes. How many of you watched 3 Idiots? Probably हम सभी ने देखा होगा 3 Idiots. So we say ना कि कामयाबी के पीछे मत दौड़ो, है ना? अपना नॉलेज बढ़ाओ, कामयाबी झक मार के पीछे आएगी. So it's true in the real life also. Yes, yes. Now Three Idiots, everybody will respond very fastly because it was such a movie, very inspirational movie. Though it was a bit, tacky, but still, it was very inspirational movie for all of you. So be an idiot doesn't mean you become a dumb. You pretend to be a dumb so that you can learn more. The same thing goes with MBA. जब हम MBA करने आते हैं तो हमें क्या लगता है, व्हाट डू यू मीन MBA का फुल फॉर्म क्या है? कैन यू राइट डाउन MBA का फुल फॉर्म क्या है? कैन यू राइट डाउन इन द चैट बॉक्स? The time is running fast, so we'll be a bit quick. Can we write down? Generally क्या होता है जब हम MBA करने आते हैं तो हमें लगता है मुझे बहुत बहुत कुछ आता है. So that is what we in the friend circle we used to define. मुझे बहुत कुछ आता है. क्या होता है ना, आता है अच्छी बात है, बट एवरी पर्सन कैन हैव सम इश्यूज. कुछ एरियाज ऐसे होंगे शायद नहीं आता होगा. आई फील मुझे आता है बट आई वुड हैव बीन मोर स्कोप टू लर्न. सो ऑलवेज बी ओपन टू लर्न, isn't it? Because learning has no limit, and that is only possible when you are ready to accept that you know nothing, because it leaves the urges within us that we should learn more. So हमारा MBA की जगह क्या होना चाहिए? It should be our concept MBS. मुझे बहुत कुछ सीखना है. Because what happens, any change or any journey of success, it will always start when you accept the things and leaves a scope of improvement for yourself. Then only you will be able to, overlap your success. Then again rewrite a successful story. Learn, grow, rewrite the success story. So this is the crux. You should always behave like an idiot, pretend that you're not knowing, learn as much as possible around you from the people, surrounding, activities, whatever is going on. Now comes to think rationally. Masters of Business Administration. Yes, that is the technical word, but we used to say, हम भी बोलते थे मुझे बहुत कुछ आता है, बट आने के बाद हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा. बहुत कुछ सीखने को अभी भी सीख रही हूँ. I was a trainer. I'm learning to become a coach. I'm still learning. I'm delivering. I'm learning. I'm delivering. It will goes on. Till the time I'm there, alive, the learning process will go on. Think rationally and deal emotionally. See, we always, whenever नए जब हम work life में आते हैं, we always try to think technically to take some decision. And in that journey, we might hurt somebody who is working under me, or somebody who is working with me, or my boss. So at the same time, you need to deal emotionally also. आपको क्या है, समझाना वही है जो काम आपको करवाना है, but you can't leave the empathy part. You have to be emotional. Deal with the emotion and take the decision rationally. So that आपके जो टीम मेंबर्स है, आपके जो बॉसेस है, आपके जो जूनियर्स है, they will not get hurt. Generally what happens, when we don't think emotionally, we think rationally, we'll deal with them rationally. What happens, people around us, they get an idea that कितना rude है, कितना inhumane है, can't understand हमारी problem क्या है. So you need to, as a human being, as a good employee, as a manager, you need to deal emotionally with the people. Although you will not take the emotional decision, you will have to take the rational decision. But dealing emotionally, you will be able to convince the other person what you're supposed to get the work done from the other person. That will become a much easier work. So always think rationally, deal emotionally while you are taking decisions, while you are getting work done. Never take your decision emotionally, but you have to deal with people emotionally with empathy. How many of you are from Haryana state? If yes, you can write yes, or you can raise your hand in the chat box. Are the students there from Haryana? Haryana is very famous now. It's in news everywhere. Are there students from Haryana? Doesn't matter. I wanted to give an example because Haryana, you might have heard people of Haryana speaking on the televisions or somewhere else. If you have met people across, you know, the tone in which they generally speak, it might seem you a bit harsh, but it is their polite way of speaking. Because people from Haryana are very helpful. That state is very nice. People are very good. They are very helping. But the kind of tone you listen, you might feel like it's rude, but it's not. The same thing should reflect in your behavior while you're speaking to your people. If you're polite, if you're considering the emotion, it should reflect in your behavior. Then you'll be able to get work done. And if somebody is dealing with you also emotionally, you'll also feel at better place to work with. Whether it is personal life, husband, wife, parents, kid, office colleagues, boss, staff, everywhere it implies. It's not just the work life. So always think rationally and deal emotionally. Do you all agree? If agree, you can write yes. If not, I hope you all are not sleeping. I hope I'm not going that much boring. It might be, seems boring to you all, but these are the basic crux. We have worked for almost 8 to 10 months on this project, so this is not a joke. This is the basic foundation break of any employee. Yes, Sham Sundar, thank you for replying. Let's proceed. Be a good mentor. Very important. Very, very important. What happens? हम सीखते जाते हैं, हम आगे बढ़ते जाते हैं. We expect that we become a leader someday. But क्या हम अकेले leader बन सकते? No. So whenever you're working, even in the college also, when you're studying, you're working, you're at home for your friends, people around you, people working with you, everywhere. Don't ever try to keep secrets. हमें लगता है मुझे इतना कुछ आता है, मैं अपने पास रखूं, I will not share it with anyone. Then वो बंदा आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा. अभी मैंने एग्जाम्स के लिए इतने प्रिपरेशन किए, ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें हैं, मैं किसी को नहीं बताऊंगी, तो उसके मार्क्स कट जाएंगे, मेरे नहीं कटेंगे. No. The more you share, you'll be able to learn more. You'll be able to gain confidence of the people around you. So don't always try to keep secrets. Always try to teach people. Make them grow. शिखर पे मैं अकेली खड़ी होके क्या करूंगी? अगर मेरी पूरी टीम साथ होगी, मेरे लोग साथ होंगे, that will be my achievement. Then only I can become a leader. एक लीडर अकेला कैसा हो सकता है? आप सभी यहाँ पे हो तो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ. अगर मैं अकेले स्क्रीन को अगर सेशन दूं, फिर कैसे होगा? Am I a good trainer? Am I a good session taker then? No. Same goes in our life. Same goes in our work life, personal life, everywhere. So you make people grow, help them perform better. They will accept you as your mentor. And no matter what, they will accept you as your leader also. Whether they are reporting you or not reporting you. But the people will start following you because you have an idea behind their growth also. And when people will start accepting you as a mentor, you can be rest assured success is waiting for you. You'll become an efficient leader. You'll be able to manage things and grow at a faster rate with better results in life. Do you all agree? Thanks for replying, Poshita, Ganesh, Sham Sundar, Nidhi. If you all agree with me, you can type yes. If you not agree, you can type no. Doesn't matter if your opinion varies from my opinion. Doesn't matter. Let's proceed. Manage time always. ये तो हमें बचपन से सुनते आ रहा होगा कि टाइम मैनेज करो, टाइम मैनेज करो, टाइम मैनेज करो. टाइम तो मैनेज करना पड़ेगा. You'll always have a tight schedule and a lot of work to be done. And you need time to get all the things done. So believe me, there are people who may get their work done within 3 hours. There are people who may get their work done in 8 hours, and there are people who will not be doing this work in 24 hours also, 48 hours also, 72 hours also. So there are types of people. Because time management practice is not there. And at times it becomes very difficult to manage your time. और अभी तक मैंने जो आपको 8 principles बताए हैं, believe me, if you are following those principles, you will be able to manage your time also. Because you will be able to handle the things and people around you. You'll be able to handle yourself. So you'll be able to manage the time easily. Let me tell you an example. 10 years back when I started working in Mumbai, it was very, very problematic for me to travel. You know, my reporting time was 9:30 morning. And I was supposed to report by 9:30. If I am late by 15 minutes, for 3 days, I'll get a leave mark in my attendance automatically. And going from my home, if I used to take a local train of 7:50 morning, I used to reach Parel station at 8:30. And 8:55, I used to further reach at my office. And the moment I miss that train, I can get only 8:10 a.m. train. If it is 8:10 a.m., the time shifts to 9:15 while I reach office. And if I miss that train also, I'll be getting 8:20 train. And I'll be reaching dot 9:30 if all the variations, calculated variations goes as per me. If not, I'll be late. If I'm late for office, the whole day gets shifted in hayway. So it was very important to manage time even for traveling also. For every process, you need to manage time so that your work get done in the time, and you are free now to manage your people around you, manage other works around you, which will give you ample amount of exposure to other fields also. Do you all agree? Yes, Shruti, thanks for replying. If you all agree, I hope you'll start managing your time perfectly from today also. Don't think it's a 2 साल हम बस मस्ती मजा में निकालते हैं, उसके बाद हम शुरू करेंगे जो करना है हमें काम. No, start it from today only. Always be an innovator. Always think original. Don't copy paste. Because what happens when you'll come across in your work life, you'll find 2 kind of offices: head offices and field offices. Yes. Thanks, Poshita, for replying. And you'll always get fascinated towards head offices. But what is important? The people in field, you'll find them more original thinker, because they are dealing with the life situation, life people, different kind of circumstances on field. You'll always have original thoughts from them, innovative thoughts from them. But you'll always get fascinated towards the head office by the sugar-coated, sugar-coated thoughts of the existing thought. Might be or might not be. That's my experience. So, always try to have your own thinking. Don't copy-paste. If you'll think originally, you'll have a brand of your own. Mind me. Why do we quote certain quotes of certain writers or the great people? They're having their own quotes, their own thoughts, which we try to implement in our life. So be an independent thinker. If you think originally, you'll become your own brand. Otherwise, you'll get lost in the crowd. Let's come to intentionality. Again, going back to the honesty and integrity. If your intentions are not pure, not clear, you'll not be able to do it in a right way. So same ways, your intention will always play a very important role, because your intentions of doing something will create the conviction, and your conviction will help you create a belief system. These all are interlinked, and this all interlinked process will help you generate more success with better result in a fast pace. Inclusion means don't always try to go alone. Try to get people along with you. जनरली हमें क्या होता है, ये मुझे करना है, ये मुझे करना है, मुझे यहाँ पहुंचना है, मुझे ये करना है, बट विल यू बी एबल टू डू इट अलोन? किताब आप अकेले पढ़ सकते हो, एग्जाम आप अकेले दे सकते हो, बट वंस यू आर इन द प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ, no, it's the people you have to get along with. If people is nowhere along with you, how can you be a successful manager or leader? Whom are you managing? Who are the people will be following you as a mentor, as a leader? So always try to get people along with you. Don't try to take decision alone. Take opinions from people. It will not harm you taking opinion of the people. It will help you in making the right decision. Yeah, decision आप खुद का लोगे, but you try to consider as many variables as possible. So you cannot keep people in isolation. You should try to make them more inclusive so that you can get the better result, better decision making, and a better flow to move ahead, to become a leader of the people. So if people are there, they are included, you will be able to move fast. Invest in yourself, make friends, keep office in office, team player. All these are also important aspects. What do you mean by make friends? Making friends. Can you write? What do you mean by making friends? Can you write in the chat box? Is it from your class? Is it from your school time friends you're having? Is it from some different places? You might have acquaintances. You might have come across while traveling somewhere, while working somewhere. You can write down in chat box. In the meantime, I'll be continuing. So always try to make friends. It's not it doesn't really matter whether it is from the same class or same industry or your colleagues. You should make friends from different places. You should make friends from different places so that you can have an exchange of multiple opinions, multiple things you can learn. So try to make friends irrespective of where you are, your operational area. For example, I have friends. See, I know people, so I consider them my friends. I have friend, Mr. R.S. Jaiswal. He is one of the personnel who has headed LIC some time back, and post-retirement he is working now. He has been my boss also 10 years back. He is now at the age of 85. He is my guru, friend, philosopher, everything. I know a person who is at the age of 65. Mr. Mukadam is there. He is heading learning and development department in Birla Sun Life. He's a good friend. Whenever I'm going for something good, today also he called up in the morning, Jyoti, best of luck for your session. So he's not of my age, but we share our thought processes. There are people who are of my age, there are people who are elder, there are people who are junior than me, but we all are friends. We share our opinions, we exchange our thought process. So you should always make friends. Keep office at office. जब आपने ऑफिस छोड़ दिया, ऑफिस लेके घर में मत जाओ. दिमाग में ऑफिस कैरी मत करो. Enjoy your life. While you're driving, enjoy the driving. While you're traveling, enjoy the traveling. While you're eating food with family, enjoy the time with family. Don't carry your office everywhere because people around you might not like it. Whether it is weekends or after office working after office hours. People might not like it even though you are very enthusiastic about it. So leave the office in the office, have some free time, rejuvenate yourself, and then come to the office next day. फिर घर को घर पे छोड़कर ऑफिस जाना, ऑफिस को ऑफिस में छोड़कर घर जाना. Have your life to be enjoyed fully in the work life also, in the personal life also. Am I right? If right, you can write yes. If no, you can write no. Am I audible? I'm not getting much responses. Are you sleeping? It's morning time. It's raining in Mumbai. It's actually the atmosphere is like take a blanket and go to sleep. But I'm rather feeling much fresh. Are you all sleeping or awake? Am I adding to your sleep or am I making some sense here? Please reply. I would appreciate your reply. It will give me energy also. Thanks for replying. So let's come to invest in yourself. Now, invest in yourself doesn't mean you start doing 3-4 courses, invest lakhs of rupees in that, and that is not the invest in yourself. Invest in yourself means invest some time in yourself, whether you love to read books, whether you love to see movies, whatever be the criteria, whatever be the platform, try to invest time, energy, money, whatever you would like to, wherever you feel like you'll be able to learn. So invest in yourself. I love to watch motivational videos. I invest in time that way. I love to study. I sometimes enroll also in short courses, leadership management or life coaching or something like that. So I try to invest in myself that way. I try to learn with the people around me. So that is my investment in time and money and whatever. So you also try to invest in yourself so that you can learn and grow, learn and grow. Hmm? So it is not like investing lakhs of amounts every time. No. If you are health conscious, invest time in yourself. Eat healthy, start running or walking in the morning, start doing exercises. That is also kind of investment. And team player. So going back, if you are able to follow all the last 15 principles, you can definitely become a team player. लाइफ में क्या होगा, शुरू में आपके जो शुरू के 6-7 साल होंगे ये थोड़े से चैलेंजिंग रहेंगे, but if you overcome, you follow these principles, you will be able to become a good leader, you will be able to become a good manager. And the next 4 to 5 years, if you are able to manage people, time, everything around you, you will be able to become an efficient manager. And believe me, if you are able to sustain as an efficient manager, having people around you, keeping people around you, going ahead, people will find you sooner or later as their mentor. And the moment they start recognizing you as your mentor, you are on the way to become a leader. So this is the whole crux of the 16 principle to become a good manager. Sometimes you'll be a manager, sometimes you'll be a leader, but you have to always be a team player. You have to have a good employee relationship. You have to have a good person at first. So going back, after having all these 16 principles discussed, going back, if you are following any of the 4-5 principles also, start doing it not today only. Take it as your first step. Thanks, Harshit, for the reply. Take it as your first step. Lakshya movie aapne dekhi hai. The moment he decided I have to do it, he did it. Sher Shah movie you must have watched recently. The kind of leadership Captain Batra had, the kind of urge from inside to do something he had. He had it from the childhood only, not after joining the army. So you had to have that in driven force inside you from today only. Start thinking you are working in a company. Start behaving in the same way. I'm sorry we are running out of time, but I'm sure you will be having a lot of queries. I'll be dropping my email ID over here. I hope I would have more time to interact with you. We could have gone through all the queries. You can always drop your queries and I'm going to surely reply all the queries. That is my promise. I'm going to reply all the queries. So now let us proceed. Let's proceed fast because there is one video I would like to share which will give you, crux of the whole session we had. Sir, can we run the video? I'll just wrap up in 2 lines, then we can run the video.
Sure.
So I would expect all the kids, not kids, you are grown up now. I would expect all the corporate people over here sitting. I see you as the corporate people already. Have a look through all these principles, understand, and inculcate it in yourself. Start behaving as a manager today only. You might have been asked by the management to carry a DO, a comb, whatever in your bag. That is to keep you ready so that down the line 2 years you are perfect material for the corporate people, perfect material for the industry. You're always ready on the toes. That is the crux. So believe me, if you are following even 50% of these principles from today, you will be able to come out with all the success. So all the best. Have patience. Whatever all these principles, I have taken out, chosen a very good video. You can see, and you can analyze. You can understand what I want to convey. Sir, we can run the video now.
Sure.
Okay, I'll just share my email ID with them.
Right.
1 second. Diksha. In the meanwhile, I'll answer Diksha also. Diksha, it's life insurance, which is generating the most profit in terms of ethical business. If you see, the number of business might be getting inflow from the broking system, but yes, life insurance is the most profitable sector. I've worked with all the sectors, life, health, general insurance, broking. Banking is something, they are giving us. Insurance something you have to seek. So insurance is always not tough if you are ready to put your efforts into. Life insurance, you can go for it. There are many areas to operate. It's not just sales in insurance and banking. It's not just sales and targets. I've been a part of the industry, not in sales, but I feel myself quite successful. There are a lot of opportunities. Lot of opportunities. I hope I answered your question. Diksha, is it okay? Don't go on the profitable part. Yes, all the verticals are doing well. It depends which area of interest you're having into. My area of interest is much more into the general insurance and health insurance, although I have majorly given my major share of work in life insurance industry and banking industry. Yes, Diksha. Any other question? Sir, you can share the question if they want to ask. We have 5 minutes left, and you all can drop your question here. My email ID I have given, and I promise I'm going to answer all of them. Just in the subject line, whatever query you are having, just line add underscore IIEBM, because my mailbox are generally full, so I'll be able to recognize your mails. Underscore IIEBM, whatever subject line would be, I'll be able to recognize.
Okay, so that's great. So students, I have forwarded the feedback link to you. You all have to fill the feedback form, and now I guess we are towards the end of the session. So on behalf of IIBM family, because Ms. Jyot Shikha is also the part of IIBM family. So on behalf of the management trustee and the management of IIBM, I would say thank you very much, Jyot Shikha, for sharing your experience, sharing your thoughts and knowledge to the students. And I hope students have received all the content that you have delivered in a very good form. They comply it in their behavior as well as when they join the corporate. So with this closing line, I say thank you very much, and we are expecting the same type of sessions in future as well. So thank you, Jyot Shikha.
Thank you, sir. All the best to all the students. Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.